Welcome to my lair. Refreshing. This is literally just water because the Olipop that I thought I still had, I guess I already drank it. So that sent me spiraling. We're back today with another video discussing edgy, moody, dark, whimsical style ideas. Yes, I've collected more ideas to add to the catalog, and I wanted to share those ideas with y'all. So I've seen this around for a while, but I've never actually ventured to DIY it myself, but that is garments that you add patches to or stamp work to. This can go in so many different directions. I particularly like the ones that have like medieval swords on them, or different little sayings or quotes or something funny, maybe some really cool medievally art. This just seems like a really fun way and very low stakes project that you can do if you have some older clothes that you're just like, not feeling like they add much to your wardrobe anymore. Maybe if you DIY them, upcycle them, give them a new life, so to speak. If you don't have anything like that in your wardrobe currently, you can also just go out and thrift some really cheap shirts or a skirt, pants, whatever you want to upcycle, and then add your own stamps, add your own patches. If you want to get really crazy, you can add your own like embroidery or embroider a patch and then add that to something. You can also go even crazier, add some lace, add some beading. Like, this is so open-ended. This is a project I would definitely love to do soon. It would feel really low stakes to just try it out, see what happens. I've never done anything like this before. I actually have a rubber stamp kit that I got 1,000 years ago and thought I was going to do some kind of DIY project like this, but then just didn't follow through. Tale old as time. This would also be a really fun like get-together project. Tell your friends to bring some of their old clothes or something and you can all like DIY stuff together. All right, layered tanks. This is kind of a classic summer style move, but I also don't see people doing it that often, and I think it's because it does take a particular eye. It does take like some planning ahead when curating your tank top, strappy top collection, because not all of them go with each other. And I feel like you need some that like sit further out on the shoulders, some that are a bit more of a halter top, so that you get that layered effect. Some that are really low cut, some that are more high cut, maybe some with a little bit of lace peeking out, some that are a bit sheer that you can put over top. I think this can also work with like a bralette. It doesn't have to be full tank top on tank top. I think a cool kind of sheer tank top and then some kind of cool strappy bralette underneath that is a really fun look. Okay, here's a winter accessory that I think we need to bring into the summertime, and that is a fingerless glove. Obviously not in the same way. I have a pair of knitted fingerless gloves that I wear in the wintertime. Now, if you're wondering, do your fingers get cold in those? I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. They totally do. But like, it's worth it because they're cute, okay? So what if I get frostbite and my fingers fall off? So how do we make these hot weather appropriate? Well, my first thought is to replace the knitwear with lace, obviously. But I think there's so many other fabrics you can use. You could do like a little crochet moment. You could do a little mesh moment. I think this sort of stretchy athletic material with these scalloped edges also looks like a great option. I also really love this picture of these gloves that are kind of mesh, but lace up. I must have. Now, I did notice when looking up summer appropriate fingerless gloves, they are like truly fingerless. They don't have any finger holes except for like the thumb. And I think that's great. I do really like that style. However, I think it's really cool to have the fingers still because that feels more unexpected for a summertime glove. Maybe that makes them a lot hotter. I don't know. But I would like to find some that are pretty breathable, pretty meshy, but they have the fingers still. Gosh, who knew there was so much variety within the fingerless glove world? This next style idea is very much a throwback, very Y2K coded, and that is lace-up pants. Pants with a heavy lace detail. Maybe it's running all the way up the leg. Maybe it's just in the front in lieu of some buttons or a zipper. Maybe it's in the back if you're freaky like that. But yeah, just heavy lace-up detailing on pants. And typically these pants, from what I've been seeing from my reference photo search, they're usually like a wide leg bell bottom low rise. That's almost always the silhouette of pant that has these like lace up details that I'm seeing. And I feel like that's what really gives it that Y2K-ness. Aesthetically, they can be coded in so many different ways, and some of them are not like really my cup of tea, or like I don't feel like they would fit my wardrobe. And then some of them I really like and would love to add to my wardrobe. So I think it's really dependent on the details of it. Now, while I was looking up these lace-up pants, I also came across a lot of pants that had like giant holes in them that were patched up with lace or crochet, or maybe they had big holes in them and then the person was wearing some kind of lace pant or something underneath. If you're able to patch up holes in pants with a bit of lace or crochet detailing, like magical. I'm not a huge fan of like big holes in jeans. I think a distressed denim can be a great style option, but like massive knee holes is not so much my thing. So I think adding a bit of lace or something to cover them up and add a bit of style detail is like a really great option. The next thing on my list is not so much a particular type of item exactly. It's more about creative ways of showing skin in a top. I was just coming across a lot of these tops that had various details that kind of showed a bit of skin. I was just really drawn to the uniqueness of a lot of these tops. These are silhouettes and cutouts and stuff that I haven't really seen much of. I especially like when something is asymmetrical, so the ones that kind of start on the side and go all the way across the body and up. I want one of those desperately. I also really like these unique keyhole style designs. Is that what we call it? I think when it's a little oval or a circle, it's a keyhole. I don't know what you would call it when it's a different shape. I really like these. I think they're super cool. And I think they're a little more modest if that's what you're more comfortable with. Also, not to bring it back to DIYing once again, but here we go. I think some of these could definitely be DIY'd, especially the ones that are like a full lace up on the side or something, or even down the front. Something a little more simple, like maybe don't try to go for the asymmetrical look, but like a simple straight up and down lace up detail ad, I think you could totally DIY to a top. Okay, I have a few like accessory type of things now. First being chrome nails, silver, chrome, ornate nail designs. So cool. I have not been doing my nails. I just like cannot be bothered, to be honest. And I love a short nail. I tried with the long nails, y'all. I just could not do it. It was a sensory nightmare. Either way, you can go long or short, I think. But I've like never gotten my nails professionally done, is what I mean to say. But I think for the first time that I have this done, whenever that will be, I'm gonna get something like this. These are just so beautiful and medievally. And is it just me, or do these feel like a fairly neutral design? I just feel like these would go with basically anything in my wardrobe. Now, the next accessory on my list is something that I've come to learn is called a panel bracelet or story panel bracelet. Some people call it a book chain bracelet, but I think that's slightly different than what I'm thinking of. You've definitely seen these. They're like these big pieces of ornate carved silver, sterling silver, metal, etc. And they're all chained or clasped together to create a bracelet. I think these are absolutely stunning. I would die if I got one of these. I'm sure they're very expensive. In my brief research, I learned that they kind of have roots in a lot of different places and became very popular in the Victorian era for like wealthy travelers who would collect them as they traveled, because a lot of times the carvings on them would be depicting the region or folklore of the region. If y'all know the history of these a bit more in depth, let me know in the comments. I would love to learn. I just think they're really beautiful, and I think you could totally style them in like a medievally way, in a Victorian way. And if you know me at all, you know that I love my silver jewelry. All right, friends, last on my list for moody, edgy, whimsy goth style ideas are clips with dangly bits on them, particularly if it's like chainmail or like little swords or daggers. I also particularly like when there's two clips and they're connected together with a piece of chain. I think that looks really cool. I really like this image of someone looks like they're wearing it on the center of their head, so it's almost like a little tiara moment. And once again, I'm gonna mention DIY because I feel like this would also be a great DIY project. How you get the holes in the clips, I'm not sure. Might need a drill for that, but everything else would be piece of cake, I think. And then you can collect all of your own charms and add them to your clips, and they can be totally personalized. Well, friends, that just about does it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know which idea was your favorite. Do you have any of these in your wardrobe already? If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a like. Subscribe perhaps. We would love to have you here. If you're interested in finding me on other parts of the internet, I'm usually lurking on Instagram, TikTok. I have music on all major music platforms, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!